Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Life is full of voices. Loud ones, quiet ones, voices that cheer you on and voices that try to tear you down. The question is, are you letting those voices dictate your life? Are you letting them get under your skin, robbing you of your peace and your purpose? Here's the truth: no one can control your peace unless you hand them the keys. When you know your worth, when you stand rooted in who you are, what they say, what they do, it doesn't shake you. You're not a leaf blowing in the wind, you're the tree, standing firm, unbothered by the storms that come your way. Your self-worth is not a reflection of what others think about you. It's a reflection of what you believe about yourself. Too often we fall into the trap of seeking validation from external sources, friends, family, co-workers, or even strangers on social media. We let their opinions shape how we see ourselves, as if their judgment holds the power to determine our value. But let me tell you this: their words, their thoughts, their approval or lack of it doesn't define you. The only person who truly defines you is you. When you anchor your self-worth to someone else's perspective, you're building your foundation on shifting sand. One compliment can lift you up, but one criticism can tear you down. That's no way to live. Life is unpredictable, and people's opinions are often colored by their own biases, insecurities, and limited understanding. If you're constantly bending to meet others' expectations, you'll never find peace. Why? Because you're chasing something that's constantly moving, a target that can never truly be hit. Instead, you must turn inward. Your self-worth isn't something you earn, it's something you realize. You were born worthy. Your value isn't tied to your achievements, your appearance, or your mistakes. It's inherent. The moment you recognize this, you take back the power you've been giving away to others. You stop living for applause and start living for yourself. Now, this isn't about arrogance or shutting out constructive feedback. It's about discernment. Not every opinion deserves your attention. Ask yourself, does this critique come from someone who knows me, who cares about me, who wants to see me grow? Or is it coming from a place of negativity, misunderstanding, or projection? Wisdom is knowing the difference and choosing not to internalize what doesn't serve you. Building your self-worth from within takes practice. It's a daily commitment to affirming yourself even when the world is silent. It's standing tall in your truth even when others don't agree. It's knowing that you are enough, not because of what you do, but simply because you are. This mindset doesn't just protect you from criticism, it liberates you from the constant need for praise. You're no longer swayed by the highs or the lows because your value is steady, unshakable, and self-defined. When you truly understand this, you'll notice a shift. The sting of judgment fades. The weight of comparison lifts. You become less reactive to the noise around you because you found your center. And from that place of security, you can engage with the world authentically. You can accept feedback without losing yourself. You can connect with others without seeking their approval. Remember, people will always have opinions. That's their right. But how much power you give those opinions, that's up to you. Choose wisely. Define yourself for yourself by the truth that already lives within you. That's where your worth resides, and no one can take that from you. Mastering the art of controlling your emotions is one of the greatest skills you can develop. It's not about suppressing how you feel or pretending that you don't care when something bothers you. It's about understanding your emotions, owning them, and deciding how to respond in a way that aligns with your values and goals, rather than being a slave to the actions or words of others. Too often, people allow external forces to dictate their internal state. Someone cuts you off in traffic and suddenly your day is ruined. A coworker makes a snide comment and you carry that anger around like a heavy weight. But here's the truth: the moment you let someone else's behavior control your emotions, you hand over your power. You're saying, you get to decide how I feel. You have the authority to disrupt my peace. Why give anyone that kind of power? Your emotions are yours to manage, not theirs to manipulate. Mastering this requires a shift in perspective. First, you must accept that while you can't control what others say or do, you can always control how you respond. This isn't easy. It takes self-awareness, patience, and practice, but it's absolutely worth it. Start by recognizing that emotions are temporary. Anger, frustration, sadness, they come and go like waves. When you react impulsively, you're often responding to a fleeting feeling rather than the bigger picture. Take a breath. Pause. Ask yourself, does this situation deserve my energy? Will this matter a week, a month, or a year from now? Most of the time, you'll realize it doesn't. That pause gives you the space to choose your response instead of letting the situation choose it for you. Another key to mastering your emotions is understanding the triggers. What sets you off? Is it criticism, disrespect, being ignored? Once you identify these triggers, you can start to change how you react to them. For instance, if criticism bothers you, reflect on why. Does it touch on an insecurity? Is it because you're seeking validation? Understanding the root of your emotions helps you address the real issue rather than lashing out or shutting down. Empathy also plays a powerful role. When someone tries to provoke you, consider their perspective. People often act out of their own pain, insecurities, or frustrations. Recognizing this doesn't excuse bad behavior, but it helps you detach from it. You realize their actions are a reflection of them, not you. Most importantly, remember that controlling your emotions doesn't mean avoiding them. It means feeling them fully, but not letting them dictate your actions. Anger can be a signal that something is wrong, but it doesn't have to lead to destructive behavior. Sadness can help you process loss, but it doesn't have to spiral into despair. When you learn to process your emotions in a healthy way, you become unshakable. Ultimately, emotional control is about freedom. It's about living on your terms, not reacting to every external challenge that comes your way. When you master your emotions, you reclaim your peace, your focus, and your power. And that is a gift no one can take from you. Shifting your perspective to understand where others are coming from instead of reacting to them is one of the most powerful ways to build emotional resilience and maintain inner peace. It requires a mindset that prioritizes understanding over judgment and connection over conflict. This shift doesn't come naturally to everyone. It takes effort, humility, and practice, but the rewards are profound. When someone's actions upset or offend us, our instinct is often to react emotionally. We take their words or behavior personally, assuming it's a deliberate attack or a reflection of who we are. But more often than not, how people act has little to do with us and everything to do with their own circumstances, experiences, and struggles. By pausing and asking what might they be going through, or why might they have acted this way, we open the door to empathy. Empathy is the key to perspective. It allows us to step out of our own emotions and into someone else's reality. For example, imagine someone snapping at you during a conversation. Your first reaction might be anger or defensiveness. But what if you paused and considered that they might be under stress, dealing with a personal crisis, or simply having a bad day? Suddenly, their behavior feels less like an attack and more like a symptom of their own challenges. This doesn't excuse unkindness, but it helps you respond with understanding instead of escalation. Shifting your perspective also means recognizing that everyone sees the world differently. People's beliefs, values, and actions are shaped by their upbringing, culture, and experiences. What seems obvious or logical to you might not be the same for someone else. By acknowledging this, you can approach interactions with curiosity instead of frustration. Ask questions. Listen without interrupting. Seek to understand their point of view, even if you don't agree with it. When you make this shift, you empower yourself. Reacting impulsively puts you at the mercy of others' behavior, but seeking to understand gives you control over your response. It allows you to remain calm, thoughtful, and intentional, even in difficult situations. This doesn't mean you have to accept mistreatment or compromise your boundaries. It simply means you're choosing not to let their behavior dictate your emotions. Perspective taking also strengthens relationships. When people feel heard and understood, conflicts diminish and trust grows. Instead of fueling arguments, you create space for dialogue and resolution. Even in situations where understanding doesn't lead to agreement, it can still foster mutual respect. The truth is, life becomes easier when you stop seeing others as obstacles or adversaries and start seeing them as fellow human beings with their own struggles and stories. Shifting your perspective doesn't just benefit others, it benefits you. It frees you from unnecessary anger and stress, helps you navigate challenges with grace, and deepens your sense of connection to the world around you. And that is a gift worth cultivating. Sometimes the strongest response is no response at all. In a world that often equates quick reactions with strength, choosing silence can feel counterintuitive. Yet silence holds immense power. It is not a sign of weakness or avoidance, but a deliberate choice that reflects self-control, wisdom, and confidence. By withholding a reaction, you retain your dignity, protect your energy, and shift the focus back to what truly matters. When faced with provocation, criticism, or negativity, the natural instinct is to react. We want to defend ourselves, prove our point, or match the energy that's being directed at us. But often, reacting impulsively only fuels the fire. It gives the other person power over your emotions and escalates the situation. By choosing not to respond, you break the cycle. You refuse to let someone else's behavior dictate your actions. In doing so, you take back control. Silence is not about avoidance or passivity, it's about discernment. Not every comment deserves your attention, and not every situation requires your involvement. Ask yourself, will responding bring value to this situation? Will it resolve the issue or make things worse? Sometimes the best way to protect your peace and preserve your energy is to let it go. Silence is not weakness, it's a boundary. It's saying, I choose not to engage with this because it doesn't serve me. There's also a profound wisdom in silence. It gives you time to process, to reflect, and to choose your next steps wisely. In the heat of the moment, emotions can cloud judgment. By pausing, you create space for clarity. This pause allows you to respond thoughtfully if a response is needed rather than reacting out of anger or frustration. In many cases, that pause leads to the realization that no response is necessary at all. Silence can also communicate more than words ever could. When someone is trying to provoke you, your lack of reaction sends a clear message: I will not be moved by your behavior. It demonstrates strength, composure, and emotional maturity. It shows that you are in control of yourself, and that control can be more impactful than any argument or retort. Moreover, silence can de-escalate conflict. When tempers flare and words are exchanged in haste, the situation often spirals out of control. Choosing silence in such moments can prevent unnecessary harm and create space for resolution. It shifts the focus from confrontation to contemplation, giving both parties time to calm down and reconsider. Ultimately, the decision to remain silent is a reflection of your priorities. It shows that you value your peace and integrity more than winning an argument or proving a point. It's a reminder that not every battle is worth fighting, and that sometimes the strongest move you can make is to walk away with your head held high. Silence is not just the absence of words, it's the presence of strength, wisdom, and self-respect. And that is a response that speaks volumes. Cultivating inner peace is a journey that begins within. In a world filled with distractions, stressors, and noise, finding peace is less about changing external circumstances and more about creating a sanctuary in your own mind and heart. Practices like mindfulness, gratitude, and reflection are powerful tools that help nurture this inner calm, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with grace and balance. Mindfulness is the art of being present, fully engaged in the moment without judgment or distraction. It's about tuning into the here and now instead of getting lost in the past or worrying about the future. When you practice mindfulness, whether through meditation, deep breathing, or simply paying attention to your surroundings, you create space between yourself and the chaos around you. You learn to observe your thoughts and emotions without being consumed by them. This awareness brings clarity, helping you respond to situations thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. Over time, mindfulness becomes a grounding force, anchoring you in peace, regardless of external circumstances. Gratitude is another cornerstone of inner peace. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, your perspective shifts. Gratitude trains your mind to see the good in every situation, even amidst challenges. It's a practice of abundance rather than scarcity. By taking time each day to acknowledge the things you're thankful for, a kind word, a beautiful sunset, the support of loved ones, you rewire your brain to notice and appreciate life's blessings. Gratitude doesn't eliminate difficulties, but it helps you face them with a lighter heart and a sense of optimism. It reminds you that even in hard times, there is something to be grateful for. Reflection is the process of looking inward, examining your thoughts, feelings, and experiences with honesty and curiosity. In a busy world, it's easy to move from one moment to the next without pausing to process what's happening. Reflection creates the opportunity to understand yourself better, recognize patterns, and grow from your experiences. Whether through journaling, quiet contemplation, or meaningful conversations, reflection helps you align your actions with your values and priorities. It allows you to release what no longer serves you, be it resentment, fear, or self-doubt, and replace it with clarity and purpose. Together, mindfulness, gratitude, and reflection form a powerful trio. They work synergistically to quiet the mind, open the heart, and strengthen the spirit. Through mindfulness, you stay connected to the present. Through gratitude, you cultivate joy and contentment. Through reflection, you gain wisdom and direction. These practices don't require perfect circumstances or hours of dedication. They thrive in simple, intentional moments woven into your daily life. Inner peace is not something you find, it's something you create. It's a practice, a discipline, and a choice. By committing to mindfulness, gratitude, and reflection, you build a reservoir of calm within yourself, one that sustains you through life's storms and allows you to face each day with a steady, unshakable sense of peace. Choosing to see challenges as opportunities to grow rather than reasons to react is a transformative mindset that changes how you navigate life. Challenges are inevitable. They come in many forms: unexpected setbacks, difficult people, or situations that test your patience and resilience. While it's natural to feel frustrated or overwhelmed in the face of adversity, how you perceive and respond to these challenges determines whether they hold you back or push you forward. Reacting impulsively to challenges often leads to short-sighted decisions fueled by emotion rather than reason. Anger, frustration, or fear can cloud judgment, causing you to focus on the immediate discomfort instead of the bigger picture. But when you shift your perspective and view challenges as opportunities, you reframe the narrative. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you start asking, "What can I learn from this?" That shift turns obstacles into stepping stones and setbacks into setups for growth. Every challenge carries within it the seed of a lesson. Perhaps it's teaching you patience, resilience, or the importance of preparation. Maybe it's revealing a weakness that you need to strengthen or pushing you out of your comfort zone to explore new possibilities. Challenges force you to confront parts of yourself that you might otherwise ignore. They test your limits and in doing so, expand them. This growth doesn't happen when life is easy. It happens when you're stretched, when you're uncomfortable, and when you're pushed to find solutions you didn't know you were capable of. Seeing challenges as opportunities also builds mental toughness. It trains your mind to focus on solutions rather than problems. When you approach difficulties with a growth-oriented mindset, you become more creative, resourceful, and adaptable. You learn to navigate uncertainty with confidence because you trust that every challenge is preparing you for something greater. This perspective doesn't just help you overcome obstacles, it helps you thrive in spite of them. Another benefit of this mindset is the ability to stay calm and composed under pressure. When you view challenges as growth opportunities, you're less likely to be consumed by stress or negativity. Instead of reacting emotionally, you respond intentionally. You approach the situation with curiosity rather than frustration, asking, "What is this here to teach me? How can I use this to become better, stronger, or wiser?" This response not only helps you handle the challenge more effectively, but also preserves your peace of mind. Life is full of moments that can either break you or build you. It all depends on how you choose to see them. By embracing challenges as opportunities, you cultivate a sense of purpose even in difficult times. You recognize that growth often comes disguised as struggle, and that every obstacle is an invitation to rise higher. This mindset doesn't make challenges easier, but it makes them meaningful. And when you find meaning in the struggle, you discover the strength to overcome it. In the grand tapestry of life, the way you handle your emotions and perceive the world shapes your journey. Challenges, criticisms, and conflicts will always arise, that's inevitable. But the power to decide how you respond lies entirely within you. True strength doesn't come from controlling the people or circumstances around you, it comes from mastering yourself. When you understand this, you unlock a freedom that cannot be taken away. Your self-worth is not up for debate. It's not tied to anyone's opinion or behavior. It's something you cultivate from within, rooted in your values, your character, and your truth. When you stop letting others define you, you begin to stand firmly in your own light. This self-assurance allows you to rise above petty arguments, unfair judgments, and negative energy. You realize that their words and actions are a reflection of them, not of you. And in that realization, you find the strength to respond or not respond from a place of power. Mastering your emotions is not about suppressing how you feel. It's about acknowledging your emotions, understanding them, and choosing how to act in a way that aligns with your higher self. Sometimes the most profound response is no response at all. Silence speaks volumes. It's a declaration that you refuse to let external noise disrupt your inner peace. And when you do choose to engage, do so with purpose, calm, and clarity. The more intentional you are with your energy, the less power you give to situations that don't deserve it. Life will present challenges, but those challenges are not meant to defeat you, they're meant to grow you. Each obstacle is an opportunity to stretch your limits, strengthen your character, and deepen your resilience. When you choose to see challenges as stepping stones instead of roadblocks, you shift from a mindset of resistance to one of growth. This shift not only helps you overcome adversity, but also prepares you for even greater opportunities ahead. Practices like mindfulness, gratitude, and reflection anchor you in this journey. Mindfulness keeps you present, gratitude nurtures joy, and reflection brings wisdom. These practices don't eliminate life's difficulties, but they equip you to face them with grace and courage. They teach you that peace isn't found in perfect circumstances, it's created within you, moment by moment, choice by choice. So choose to be unshakable. Choose to cultivate a mind that is calm in the storm, a heart that is steady amidst chaos, and a spirit that remains strong in the face of doubt. Remember, your peace, your self-worth, and your emotional well-being are your responsibility, not anyone else's. By embracing this truth, you take ownership of your life, you free yourself from the need to react, to prove, or to fight battles that don't serve you. You are capable of far more than just surviving life's challenges, you are capable of growing through them. Let that be your focus, your strength, and your legacy. So the next time someone tries to rattle you, smile. Remember who you are, remember where you're going, and remember that their chaos doesn't deserve a seat at your table. You've got this. Stay unshaken, stay focused, and most of all, stay at peace. Thank you.